Don't give up, my friend. There are times where everything in our body is telling us to stop, telling us that we can't go on, that we can no longer do anymore. But then we have that other voice in our minds saying, what if? What if we did that little bit more? What if we just went to work another day? What if I just put in a bit more effort into that task that I've been meaning or I've been wanting to do? And it's very tempting to want to give up because the pain stops, the frustration stops, the having to do what needs to be done stops, that feeling of that obligation of it. But one sure way of failing is to give up, right? Where does fulfillment come from? I think we work in jobs and do all these like kind of obligatory things, and the status quo of what's meant to be done, and we expect some type of fulfillment from it when inherently it doesn't give us anything at all. And it's a bitter pill to swallow when you've spent so many years towards a particular goal or doing something for a particular while. And then you have that sort of, I think it's called the sunk loss fallacy, where you've put in so much energy, you think to yourself, well, I've got this far, I might as well continue. But that thing is not even serving you. It's not serving you any type of purpose. And you continue. And then you look back and 10 years, 5 years have just flown by. And we don't perceive time relatively quite well. It seems to just fly by. By the time you know it, you've looked at the clock and it's 5 o'clock. The day is finished. Where has that time gone? Hasn't gone on anything fulfilling, has it? And time for me is one of those things that it fucking terrifies me, because something you don't feel, you can't touch it, it's intangible, it's not something that's there. But you look on the clock and it's gone. You look at your age and it's gone up. You even feel it sometimes, you know? You may not feel as young as you once was. And having to cope with the passage of time is another aspect I've been thinking about, you know? There are friends that I haven't seen in years. And I thought to myself the other day, let me just pick up the phone and text one of them. And I did. And he messaged back within 3 minutes. And yeah, it was quick. And I was like, wow, okay. He messaged back. And it's one of those things where you think to yourself, they might not message back, or they might have changed their number. But luckily, this one particular friend didn't. And that Sunday, we all met up. And it was great. It was like no time had passed, ironically. But obviously it did. And we were all saying to ourselves, we need to do this more often, because time flies if you don't realize it. You know, if you don't check in with each other, things happen to people. They experience things, they go through hard times. And I guess when you're going through hard times, you remember the people who were close to you, you know. And it's in those moments that we're grateful that we have those people around us. I remember 2020 for me was a difficult year. It was a type of rebirth, I would say. Very painful when I even think about it. But it was a year of many things. It was a year of growth. It was a year of transformation. It was a year of just being at one with myself and being at peace, essentially. And really thinking about where I want to go next and what I want to do. Because like I was saying before, I was doing all those things that you were told that you need to do. Go to uni, get that job, you know, apply for this mortgage. And I feel like sometimes you can do everything right, everything that what the status quo is, what the formula of what everyone does, but yet it doesn't equal happiness. It doesn't equal what people say it should be. And I don't know what that is. Is it happiness? Is it success? Is it that ideal life that we all see in these adverts on social media and TV, or even in movies? I don't know. But anyways, I digress. We all met up, and it was great to rekindle that friendship. Not even rekindle, actually, you know, kind of just reconnect, you know. And at times I think we're all singular, we're all more insular, we're all more inside of ourselves. We're, you know, especially if you work from home, you do all your dating online, you do your shopping online, you do all your entertainment on a screen, you know. Things nowadays don't really promote going outdoors and doing stuff and being in the present, being in the now. And the other week, I think it was 2 weeks ago, I went for a hike. I think it was 1,100 meters in total in terms of elevation. It was tough, it was brutal. And I wanted to give up 3 times in the process. And I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I didn't stop. It was exhilarating. I'm so glad I did it. It was such an experience to be outdoors, to be at one with the nature. And I know it sounds cheesy, but when you're in a city environment, you forget that you're in a world. And that does sound silly. Like, you forget you're in this bigger, wider landscape. And whenever you've been on the aeroplane and you've looked outside the window and the plane is taking off, and slowly things just get smaller and smaller and smaller until you can't see any cars, you can't see any people, you can't even see any houses, you know. They're infinitesimal specks in this grand landscape, this grand place that we call home. And yeah, it was a good experience to have, and I'm glad I did it. And I remember making the descent and thinking, oh, that's done, that's finished, and being glad. But there was a part of me wanting a bit more. And I remember thinking, I want to do this again, and I can't wait for the next one, you know. And it goes to show how inherently we like doing hard things. And when we do hard things, we get real, true fulfillment. But yeah, anyways, yeah, those are just my thoughts. See you guys in another one.